So hook will extend down and make a rod. After this there will be another ring, there will be another ring, I told you that basal body are composed of more than 20 types of protein. So all the structure which I'm going to draw are composed of different types of proteins. It will further extend into deeper layer of the cell cover. Here will come another ring, this is third ring, these rings provide anchorage as well as rotational power, so these are worth studying here, that's why. And here comes the last ring, that is composed of multiple proteins, mainly composed of filamentous G, M as well as N proteins. So there will be abundance of said proteins in this area, and this is called C ring, the innermost ring. This is called C ring. It's a cluster of multiple proteins. Now I will draw the different layers through which this whole structure is extending out, coming out. The first layer is called outermost layer, which is a lipoprotein. The outermost cover, you can see, okay, in diagram that is in black color, so I will draw the same color. So this is outermost layer, and this is peptidoglycan layer, peptidoglycan layer. And here is plasma membrane, and you can see plasma membrane is a lipid bilayer, so I'm going to draw this as a double layer. So this is plasma membrane, or you can say cell membrane. Why I'm leaving these gaps? Can you guess why I'm leaving these gaps in plasma membrane? Similarly here, this is plasma membrane, and this is okay. Plasma membrane, the structural model of plasma membrane is called fluid mosaic model, and in this model large protein chunks are embedded. So that's why I left these gaps to fill later on. There are also large protein chunks which are present embedded in a mosaic model in lipid bilayer. Well, this gap is filled by special type of protein that these are extraordinary channels. I will draw another diagram in a very enlarged form in next clip. So just this is a diagram to show you different structures present so here will some encourage. Now listen carefully. This is called outermost layer, or this is outer membrane, and this is peptidoglycan layer, and this is plasma membrane, and the space from here to here is called periplasmic space. This space present between plasma membrane and outer membrane, this is called periplasmic space. Actually, this space is composed of largely by the gap which is present between peptidoglycan layer and plasma membrane. Peptidoglycan layer and outer layer are very close to each other, very narrow to each other. So that's why this is a very little space. Some books ignore this space. They just mention the space present between peptidoglycan layer and plasma membrane. They just call it as periplasmic space. So if you say that this is periplasmic space, that is also correct. If you include this and this gap in periplasmic space, that is also right. So now mention the rings. This is the hook, this is a hollow hook, these are the rings. The first ring is called yes, that is L ring. This is called L ring. This is called peptidoglycan. This is called P ring. And this is called SM ring, and this is called C ring. So this is the general diagram of a basal body present in the cell surface. Now what about the flagella? Flagella will come out. Flagella will be attaching here. This is hook, and a helical flagella will be attaching here. This is helical flagella, which will be fixed here in hook area. So My hand just raised it. This is C-ring, and what about these components and all that material? I will discuss in next video clip. You have to remember this space is very important in next lecture. This side is very important in this lecture, next lecture, and all the stuff which is present here, this is very important in next video clip. So we will start by next video clip, and I will show another diagram that is a very enlarged form of this structure.